That's him, Tete. That's Jungkook. His friend doesn't need to talk him that he will surely recognize him. The heck he will. Jungkook was the spitting image of his free father. He snarled and found himself staring towards the hall, but his friend was quick to stop him by grabbing his arms. He was looking at him wildly, his gentle face leaned with affection and concern. He gave his friend a warm, affectionate smile. Relax, Jimin. He unrolled his red lip, lifting in a sensual smile. I'm not gonna stab him to death, at least not here. Maybe later then there are only few people left to act as a witness. Jimin told him on his tiny waist, their body pressed together as Taehyung hand gently kissed Jimin. Taehyung smiled genuinely at his friend, then focus his stare once again to the group of people mingling with his grandfather. The keep start talking and everyone around him start to listen intently, including Taehyung's aunt and her husband. He saw how they notes. He smiled, mocking them. Of course, they will agree. That's new with that. His auntie and her husband doesn't know anything but to follow the oak him. If his dear grandfather were to order them to jump off a bridge, his greedy Spanish relative would only ask how high. He smiled in pure contempt and pushed Jimin away. He needs to make a grand entrance in the huge stone hall. It was a charity event for hunger alleviation program, all be short politics, business, and celebrity in the country were present in that event. Every one of them paid a half ton of money for dinner event. The profit will go to the benefit of the charity program. Taehyung secretly smiled to himself. It was a iconic rally, not to mention extremely. All of them are dressed in designer clothes with expensive jewelry too. Help those who barely can eat one meal a day. He want to laugh on how they all are. He smiled secretly. He left his friend near the entrance. He walked towards the hall. Jimin just let him do that. He knew his friend doesn't need a partner. They don't need a date to complete his get-up. He was more than enough for himself, and true enough, all hands turned away as the hungry started inside the grand hall. Again, he wanted to laugh. He flipped his skill hair, and people parted like the Red Sea for him. Men and women alike all stopped what they are doing just to look at him. The woman looked at him with a mixture of annoyance, hearted jealousy, admiration, and even it's much spiller with man thought. All of them wanted to his clothes, put his leg around their waist and call their name. He flashed them all a dizzy smile as he started in his designer Italian shoes. He shifted his gaze towards his relative. He smiled even more widely. Their grandfather was glaring at him like he wanted to him and locked him in the attic. He tried to avoid laughing out loud. He was sure he was not. The soft, white, expensive fabric was molten gold and against his curve. His shoes even pinch of his body perfectly, showing how blessed he was with his tiny waist, slender long legs, and perfect his coat revolving, showing his muscular, milky white down to his farewell flat stomach, letting everyone see how perfect Taehyung is. He smiled and then stared at the ocean. They shouldn't be thankful, really. At first, he thought of coming in this event with just body paint on, just like he did last Christmas. He can't help but juggle with the memory thoughts. The Kim peasant with plastic at him and almost left him in public because of that. But of course, his dear grandfather couldn't do that. It would be the scandal of the years and would be the last thing the old king would like coming from a family of conservative and old-time politician. His grandfather has a name to take care of, a good reputation and image that the king are keeping for us. He smiled bitterly while walking. Taehyung can't help but glance towards the young woman beside his grandfather, her husband. Jenny, sweet, precious, gentle, she looked like an angel with her cream peach crown, her curly hair white tied into a loose ponytail. She looked like a princess from an old folk tale. Beautiful, prim, and proper princess who doesn't curse or to know how hurt anyone. He lived in a sudden smile. How they wanted to slap that innocent face of Jenny. It's as if his cousin felt his violent thought that she immediately clung her arms to the tall man beside her. The young eye flinched to the tall man beside his cousin. He found himself staring into hypnotic dark hood eyes. Now that he was much closer to him, he realized how handsome he is tall, much taller than him. His former clothes could not hide his well-toned form. The blaze with rhetoric bones, sculptures, the old and powerful blood running in his veins. Taehyung would be surprised if he found out that he was a descendant of those ancient Roman kings, only that he had hooded eyes. From his broad shoulders to his strong limbs, clad in expensive material of his clothes up to the angle of his perfectly sculpted face, everything was screaming of a part of the old money as if they were flowing in his freaking bloodstream. Taehyung found himself sneering at the sight of him while staring at his face. He realized how Jungkook looked exactly like his father. Like the old man and her mother that was brought to life. Now he understood why his mother felt so hard for Jungkook's father. This was the type of man who could make anyone feel especially judged by looking at him. Her. He was trying his best not to punch the freak straight on his handsome face. Taehyung's smile was big as he stopped in front of his family and Jungkook. Taehyung, what in God's name are you wearing? His grandfather's voice was low but full of greeting. The whole came stare at him sharply and awkwardly, hoping that they are not catching too much attention. But he shouldn't have bothered, as everyone witnessed 10-meter radiance were already eagerly watching them. He gave the Kimpentrik turn proud. Oh, Grandpa, you should not use God name in vain. The old Kim eyes were like fear in a hurry. He was about to hit Taehyung but stopped by Taehyung's aunt husband. Don't, Dad, he is not worth it. People are watching. His auntie's husband looked at him like he was some kind of flitty trash. He smiled provocatively in his dear uncle. Uncle, how are you? How's your business in Busan? Oh, I forgot that. It's already closed, but it's only a month since you are open there, didn't you? I told you you shouldn't be hard a really business consultation. You see, in business, in the leader is a bit slow. You know, not so intelligent. The business will go on in a blink of an eye. Ah, I have an idea. Maybe you should get a friend transplant uncle because obviously your beside friend is the problem here. You freak. This time it will his uncle who wanted to grab him but was stopped this time by his auntie. Stop it. People are watching. His auntie hates the middle angel lady threw a deadly glare at him. What are you doing here, Taehyung? The last time I cracked you too busy flirting with half of the country's man proper lesson to attack the charity functions. That remark makes Taehyung laugh. He just can't help it. He thought his auntie will stop them, but she only fueled the fire. He sighed deeply. His dear auntie should have closed her big freaking mouth. His relatives should have learned by now that fire can't be fire. His relatives were just not very smart. You are correct. Hung smiled teasingly at his auntie. I'm busy flirting with more than half of country mere population, dear auntie. And you know what I found out? I discovered that this middle-aged woman sneaking up in a gay bar in Busan to pick up macho dancer by any chance. Do you know a certain whom? His auntie face now looked pale, causing her husband to widen his eyes and saw. Taehyung laughed heartily. Oh, the drama. Minji, what is this? Her husband gave her arms. His poor auntie was about to cry. Not here. His grandfather's voice was erratic. He started sharply at him. We will talk about this later. Taehyung, what do you want? He reported in disappointment. His grandpa really no fun. He was just getting a drama started, but he always stopped it. Where these people's sense of humor? We are being rude, Grandpa. Are not you going to introduce me to your handsome company? Taehyung take over again. He let himself gaze at the man who was obviously staring intently at him. He knew. I felt that it was like having an intense spot pointed directly at the side of his face. He felt hot and unnerving. He tried to harden his face while staring deeply at those dark, hooded eyes. He didn't even smile a bit. His head did not deserve his smile, not even a freaking fake one. Jungkook his eyebrow at him, his dark eyes intense and probing as he searches his face. Jungkook really had a compelling eyes, dark eyes surrounded by long lashes. Anyone will get down staring at those eyes. Taehyung suddenly has an urge to close those dark eyes out. Then Jungkook eye freaking to Taehyung lip and the former eye darkened. There was no Taehyung almost laughed. Ah yes, for a moment there he was beginning to think he was losing his touch. But in the end they realized that he still had the same effect even to the same gender. He was not called a male for nothing after all. He can make needy even the state of all because at the end men are all the same. They all wanted him and them clothes, legs spread apart while crying their name. How they wanted to sleep that sick. Jungkook, I deeply acknowledge that you had to witness these incidents. The old Kim was full of bitterness as if he just realized they have other company. Jungkook, this is my grandson Taehyung, and Taehyung, he is the son of my eldest son Kim. The Kim parties turned to Taehyung again with treated Claire. This is Jeon Jungkook. Jungkook, his family is all family friend. Family friend? Taehyung tried to calm his ringing nerves. Oh yes, family friend, the son of the family friend that they betrayed his mother with, the son of the family friend who left his mother in front of the altar, and the son of the family friend who marries another woman and leave nothing but heritage and bad luck to his mother. Yes, they were family friends. He wanted to stab everyone to death and dance among their props. If they are a family friend, how come I have never seen anyone from the family before? Taehyung asked with his voice full of mocking. It's a pretty misunderstanding. Our family and the Jeons wanted to amend what happened in the past. Again, that's a trait in his grandfather's voice. He can feel his muscle tense in anger. A pretty misunderstanding. A freaking pretty misunderstanding. They was seriously as those moments. We are trying to mend the now and let beyond be bonds, and we are happy that the Giants felt the same way. It's time to let go the past and start anew. The old Kim Nod and Jungkook and then turned his gaze towards Jenny. He felt like someone pinched him in the stomach. His gaze immediately fell on her beautiful cousin. His sweet cousin shrank back, all his cutting clear. She once again closing to Jungkook as if wanted to hide on the later back in his fear. Taehyung asked, burdened with pure hatred and shock. He trembled with the realization that slapped him in the face. His eyes flashed murderously in his grandfather. He could not believe what was happening. The son of the were thinking of untaking their family marriage. They felt like they were far from on his vanish. His grandfather's face remained cold and hard. It reminds him again that, like him, his grandfather was heartless. He saw everyone's face looking tense and alert. He saw how they looked scared, his blood-red lips in a steady smile. They sought indeed to be scared. He would not let this go easily. He diverted his eyes towards Jungkook, who seems to be unaffected with what he heard and witnessed. Jungkook was still looking at him intensely, as if Jungkook was trying to sort out a puzzle that had many missing pieces. He would never make the puzzle of his life complete. Thought he will never find the other missing pieces, not because it was missing, but it was running a long time ago. He turned towards Jungkook and his relative eyes widened. Jungkook glared at him again, and Taehyung smiled. He squared his shoulders and allowed his waist to sway naturally. They saw Jungkook's eyes darken as he watched him. He stopped when he was only a few centimeters away from Jungkook. He continued staring at him. Their freak really had complaining eyes. They were deep and dark, and for a moment he wanted to step back in fear of being inside them. He smiled at him. Jungkook,